On YouTube, ads are pretty harmless and uneventful for the most part. They're nothing more than a 15 to 30 second timer to let me know I can stop doing the pee-pee dance and go relieve myself. Normally, YouTube ads don't bother me that much, except for this one.
From early morning till late at night, I'm the hardest.
It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Michelob Ultra.
I've never seen an ad that evoked so much negative emotion and anger in me. Why on earth would this lady want to drink a Michelob Ultra after running? In my humble opinion, that just so happens to be literal fact, drinking a Michelob Ultra sounds like the worst thing you could drink after running. But being a man of science, I had to find out for myself, what is the worst thing to drink after running a mile? Now let's go buy some drinks. Sisters, I'm back from Walmart with my Walmart haul. Before me, I have a plethora of various drinks and beverages, all of which I think could be top contender for the worst thing to drink after running a mile. In no particular order, except for the order that I have predetermined, we have Michelob Ultra, milk and orange juice, Monster energy drink. So any Christian mom from 2010 is gonna hate this one because apparently this says 666 or something like that. We have sparkling water, a coffee, sweet tea, root beer, wine, and kombucha. Let the running begin. On day one, I was actually feeling pretty good. This was, of course, until my soul and willpower were absolutely crushed by the incredibly light and crisp taste of Michelob Ultra, available at every major retailer. To be real, I think this clip sums up my thoughts on this first day of hell. Yeah, the fizz doesn't. And as nature would have it, Michelob Ultra sits at first place as the worst thing you can drink after running a mile. By day two, I was already a little concerned because I knew that my tummy was about to experience warfare, the likes of which no mortal human has ever seen. I definitely set myself up for failure by putting milk in this lineup because I am lactose intolerant. And yes, I'm gonna tell you about it, Giuseppe, because that is my only personality trait. The thick and creamy nature of the dairy didn't lend itself to be super enjoyable after running a mile, but it definitely wasn't worse than Michelob Ultra. Milk sits at second place. I don't really care what your thoughts are on OJ. He didn't do it! Thankfully, I didn't have to defend my innocence in court, but I did have to drink orange juice after running a mile. And it was absolutely disgusting. Second place. Day 4 was a hollowing moment for my mental health. I came into this experiment fully expecting that Michelob Ultra would reign supreme as the worst thing to drink after running a mile. After all, I had been so adamant to my family and friends that this commercial was the worst thing I had ever seen. So you can imagine my absolute bewilderment and utter disbelief when I drank the devil's drink and I came to the conclusion and the realization that there is something far worse to drink after running a mile. A Monster energy drink. First place. I made sure to put something fairly easy at the halfway point because I like sparkling water and it really wasn't even that bad. I did end up looking like an 8-year-old at a birthday party who's slamming Hawaiian Punch and wrestling the birthday boy behind his mom's back. But other than that, a pretty tasty day. 5th place. Now, Giuseppe, I love coffee, but what I don't like are the pre-packaged coffees from Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts. But after everything I had drank up until this point, it was actually kind of refreshing, which is an absolutely disgusting thought. 6th place. By day 7, my soul was starting to feel the weight of the burden that I had put on my own back. I felt like I had come so far, but I still had so far to go. I wasn't necessarily worried about drinking the tea. I mean, it was all right, like 7th place. No, I was more worried about the following days, as I should have been. I'm not a huge soda guy, but I do like a good old root beer every now and again. That is, unless you're chugging one after running a mile in 80-degree heat, and then it's not good at all. Terrible, some might say, as I'm sure you can entirely imagine. 3rd place.
Julian.
Day 9 was the most impactful day for me personally because it allowed me to fulfill my ultimate fantasy of being that incredibly sweaty and drunk single mom at the local youth soccer game. As I'm sure you can probably imagine, drinking 16 ounces of wine after running a mile in 81-degree heat is not the most enjoyable experience, but I persisted nonetheless, and I will forever be incredibly proud of myself for fulfilling my true calling, but it was absolute hell. Third place. Day 10 brought with it many somber moments, mainly with my mental health and the thought of what I had done so far. The kombucha wasn't that bad at first, I'll be honest, but as it made its way down my gullet and permeated my tummy, things got progressively worse. About halfway through, the vinegar smell and taste was starting to get to me and Mr. Tummy, but as I finished the drink, my eyes were opened and I was fully enlightened, for I had completed a task so challenging and grueling that not even the most alpha of males would attempt it. And as I stood atop the mountain that I had created for myself, I realized that there was one thing left to do. Give this drink the proper rating it deserves. As the #1 top G, the worst thing to drink after running a mile is not Michelob Ultra or even Monster Energy. It's kombucha. And with that, I thank you for coming.